doing all things fall today, and I wanted to start off with pumpkin oatmeal. For me, oatmeal, I always think of it, warm and hearty, so that in of itself just reminds me of fall. But add a little pumpkin and a little seasoning, and we got ourselves a fall meal. So I found a recipe on Pinterest. I'll leave it in the description box below. But it's pretty easy. I might add a little bit of something. The ingredients are pretty much like a pumpkin pie flavor in oatmeal form. Oh, I put too much in it. It looks so creamy. Now you can make this with water if you want. I decided to make it with milk. A pat of butter in there. So this is the final product. It smells so good. Mixing in the butter. It definitely tastes like a pumpkin pie in a bowl. I'm going to Pilates at 8, so I wanted something really nourishing in my body before that 50-minute workout. I think this would be just as good replacing the pumpkin with apple. It'll be kind of like an apple pie kind of vibe. I might do that next. Every time I eat oatmeal, I'll think of that Princess Diana song. I'm thick because I be eating oats. Am I the only one? Yeah? No? Let me know. So it's been a couple days later, and I'm ready to make another fall dish. I've saved this on my pins a while ago. It's the pumpkin pasta with sage. I'm just gonna show you all the ingredients that we need. So the stars of the show are pumpkin and the Italian sausage. I went with the sweet Italian sausage, but you can go with hot. And then you're gonna need Parmesan cheese to garnish, some pepper and salt, and then some other seasonings. You're gonna need a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of cinnamon. And we're gonna need heavy whipping cream, and it called for shallots, but all I had was onions, so I used like a little less than a half of an medium onion, and then garlic and sage. I think the recipe called for rigatoni, but this is the pasta that I'm gonna do. I think this is a fun, cute little pasta shape, and it's what I have on hand that's already open, so I want to go ahead and use this up. I'm gonna first cut up this sausage. I was at Trader Joe's when I got the ingredients, and they didn't have the sausage that was already out of the casing, so one more step, but it's fine. I'm just gonna cut this out of the casing and then get this browned up. I also forgot the recipe calls for chicken broth, and it also calls for white wine, but I just substituted it with more chicken broth because I didn't have white wine. I'm making sure I break up the sausage into small pieces so that way I'll get a little bit of sausage in every bite. I just have some cinnamon. It's 1/8 of a teaspoon. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. Season it with some salt and pepper. This is the time where it says to add 3/4 cup of white wine. I'm just gonna add a little bit of chicken broth just to help deglaze the stuff we have at the bottom. And I almost forgot the sage. I'm adding the pumpkin now. And then it calls for chicken broth, so I'm going to use the rest of the chicken broth. This is the time to add the pasta. I'm just going to use I read back through the ingredients and it called for a pinch of cayenne. So I'm gonna do like 4 little shakes. It's thickened the way I like. Now I'm gonna add some heavy cream. I reduced the heat all the way low. The pasta's done. I wish I had the fresh grated, but this is all I have and we're gonna make it do. The pasta's done. I don't know if you can see it. It smells good. Let's get a little bit of everything. It's not like pumpkin-y at all. It's like undertones of pumpkin, but I think that's because we put a little nutmeg and cinnamon in this, but it complements the sausage so well. I'm definitely going to be making this again. I'm excited to have leftovers for this. I'm making white chicken chili in the crock pot. I don't know about you guys, but whenever it's fall, I think of crock pot meals just because it's warm and cozy. Even though I'm in California and it's still like 85 degrees out and I'm still in shorts, I still want to feel like it's fall. I mean, because it's the end of October. Here's all the ingredients you're gonna need. You're gonna need chicken breast. This is a 2-pound, but it only calls for 1 pound. Some cilantro. Onions, I got lazy and just bought some diced onions, but if you have a 1 medium onion, that should be good. Some garlic, salt, pepper, cumin, cayenne pepper, paprika. It says 2 kinds of diced chilies. They recommended 1 hot and 1 mild, and it called for 2 cans of northern beans, but I'm the only one that's going to be eating this, so I figured I'd just do 1 can so it'll be less food. And also it calls for chicken broth. I have chicken bouillon, so I'll be using that with water. And I'm gonna supplement the garlic because I forgot to get fresh garlic with garlic powder. And yeah, we're gonna put all this together. You'll also need cream cheese and half, but that's later down the line whenever it's almost done cooking. The recipe calls for a small handful, so I'm probably gonna cut up half of this and save the other half for later. I'm planning on making tacos in the next couple of days. I'm gonna add the chicken and the seasonings. It calls for a teaspoon of salt. I think I'm only gonna do half a teaspoon. I'm using garlic powder. It says 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. This is an 8, so I'm gonna do 2 of these. 1 teaspoon of cumin. It calls for oregano. I don't have oregano, so I'm just going to leave that out. A half teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm gonna do 3 teaspoons of chicken bouillon. Next, I'm gonna add the onions and garlic, and there's just a little garlic left, so I'm just gonna put the rest in. We're gonna add 2 cans of diced tomatoes. I have 1 hot and 1 mild chili. And the recipe calls for 2 cans of northern beans, but I'm only gonna do 1. I'm adding the cilantro and 24 ounces of chicken broth. I just used the chicken bouillon with 24 ounces of water. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it on high. I almost forgot about chili powder. It calls for a half teaspoon, so I'm just gonna put that in and mix it up again. It's been cooking for about an hour, and I completely forgot to add corn. So I'm gonna add probably half this back. Ooh. I'm going to let this cook for another 2 to 3 hours. It smells so good. It's been cooking for longer than 4 hours. Ooh, the meat is falling off. Now we just have to take out the chicken and kind of shred it, and then we can add it back in. I'm not even gonna use a fork or knife. I'm literally just gonna smash it with the spoon. What's that? Try it. Something else. Try to get it to work. I know something needs to go back. It's pretty good. It looks like blown out here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. But I can boil. What you gotta do? Let's do it. I think I'm gonna try to get cooked. Trying to have that conditioner. Well, I heard they had a new song. Remember, we were like, oh, it sounds the same. Well, the whole album sounds like the intro that they did, you know? Mm-hmm. They got some cool singing. What? Yeah. For what is... What is this right here?
Girl, oh yeah, because I had the water. I forgot.
Okay. Really? skin. This is how the soup looks. It smells so good. I just got Doritos. I was kind of like debating what I should eat with it. I think rice would be really good with this. First, I'm gonna try it by itself, obviously. And I put some Monterey Jack cheese. I think cheddar cheese would be really good as well, but on the blog they suggested Monterey Jack. So I wanted to go authentic. I think it was a good move only putting 1 can of beans in there as well. Yes. See, I kind of, you know, cooked chili so much that I kind of got sick of it. This is going to be the new thing I get sick of. It's so good. And you can even probably cook this on the stovetop too. But I think to achieve like the shredded chicken combo, like slow cooking it in a crock pot is like the way to go. Now I'm going to try it with the chip. Oh my gosh. Was it good? This is so good. It's different, you know? Actually, I can probably just spoon this. I would definitely recommend this. That's gonna end this video. I just wanted to have a couple of fall recipes for you guys that can lead you into the holiday season. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you are new and want to continue watching my videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.